not moving me.
This is Scoop with Coop. This is Scoop with Coop.
Ooh.
This is Scoop with Coop. This is Scoop with Coop. Yeah. This is Scoop with Coop. This is Scoop with Coop.
Ooh.
Backing them better than ever. Backing them better than ever. Yeah.
They're not moving me. They're not moving me.
No. It's about to get real juicy.
This is Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop. And we back and we better than ever, baby. But today, I don't just have any guests. I have some guests that might be better than all the rest. Okay, this is not their first time. This is not their second time. But I call this one the trifecta. I got Midnight Hype with me, baby. Today, I got that man Killer Cam.
What it do, baby?
And I also got E.
Hey, man. Let's get it.
Okay? Now look, NBA season in full effect.
Yes,
and
sir.
we're post All-Star break. We're post trade deadline. So my question I'm presenting to the forefront today is, who is the NBA's most dangerous team?
You want to go first?
Kick it off.
I'm going to the West Coast.
Okay.
California love. LA Clippers are the Yep, that's my answer. The LA Clippers. And I'm gonna tell you why. They the most dangerous when they the most healthy. And here's the thing. We know each and every year the Clippers go through this whole their contender spiel. They get to the playoffs and somebody break a leg, somebody break an ankle, somebody meniscus, ACL, whatever, finger, a toenail, whatever the case may be. But this year, I think it's different. Not only do they have a starting five group of guys that have been not only to the finals, but the conference finals as well, but they got multiple MVPs on the team. James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard Finals MVP. Paul George been an MVP candidate. I think this is the year that the Clippers, if they can stay healthy, I think this is the year that they can get it done. They can compete with the Celtics. They can compete with the Bucks. I think they can compete with anybody in the West, and I think it's only a matter of time before they get that number one seed.
So you got them as the most dangerous in the dangerous team in the
Most
NBA.
dangerous team right now in the NBA is the LA Clippers.
I can't be mad. One thing I say about that, I mean, they've been heavily favored.
Yep.
Okay, after they figured it out after those rough patches when they first got James Harden, which I knew they were gonna figure out. I think that is a great choice for the most dangerous team in the NBA. Okay, they have all the pieces they need. They have players that show up in the playoffs. Kawhi Leonard is a dog in the playoffs. Okay,
A different animal.
he's a different animal. So I respect that pick. I love it actually.
I'm gonna stay out west. Not the West Coast though. We not on the Bay Area. We Texas time. Not Houston time. Not San Antonio time. We Dallas time. We Dallas time.
Oh my soul!
We Dallas.
That boy say the triple D.
When you have a player who has the ability to be the best player on the floor at any time, you dangerous. Now we got Kyrie clicking. Gafford, great pickup. PJ Washington, great pickup. I don't like Josh Green, but he does his job. He does what
Facts.
he needs.
Hey, that boy do not like
Jr.
Josh
He
Green.
don't, but he does his job. Derrick Jones Jr. They got everything they need. And when you got that, man, like you just can't fall asleep. And he finally has a partner who can rock out with him and can outscore him if he need to. Like Kyrie, like Luke, I ain't got this like Kyrie. I got you.
Hey, let me ask Coop a question.
Is that?
Hey, did you, when they played the Hawks, was you scared the Kobe record was gonna be broke?
No,
Really?
no, I was.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I wasn't scared.
I was
I
nervous.
wasn't scared.
I wasn't either.
I was nervous.
scared.
I was for sure
But from
nervous.
the jump,
Then they
I
start
knew
doubling,
we
tripling, and quadrupling.
Yeah.
Then we was like, okay, we good, we
Hey,
good, we
somebody
good.
sent
The way
me.
the game was going, it wasn't.
R.I.P. Kobe.
He didn't need to get on
R.I.P.
that.
Bean.
Somebody sent me the first half stat line. Said, oh my
40.
goodness.
40. Yeah. 40 on the dot. Yeah.
I said, wait, I got to turn the TV on. Hold on. I was
Dog.
fresh off the J. Wait.
Dog.
What channel is on? NBA TV? Here we go. Oh, what's going on?
Lucas must watch TV. So the crazy thing is, I was over here smiling when you made the pick because when I was diving and then when I was finding the scoop,
That's what you said?
I said the Mavericks.
I had two. I had a backup just in case.
Hey, that was when I was gonna stick with. I was like, okay, people talking about them getting Gafford and PJ Washington, but it is true. The most dangerous team in the West right now, and I think going forward, is the Dallas Mavericks. In the last 10 games are 8-2. Okay, post trade deadline, they're 6-2. Okay, now between them and the Suns, post trade deadline, I think they had the most beneficial moves going forward.
Absolutely.
Okay, both of those teams added depth, but the thing about the Dallas Mavericks, those two Batman and Robin guys, one thing about them is in the postseason, those two guys are gonna show up. You have two natural gifted scorers. That team, they drafted a live threat for Luka and Kyrie by getting Derek Lively. Then you said, let's add depth, and you got somebody who was on a piss poor team like Daniel Gafford.
Yep.
And then you also add even more athleticism by adding PJ Washington on top of the shooting you already have in Tim Hardaway Jr., with the depth of Dante Exum, with the I'm just saying.
They got it. They got it, bro. They got
Hey.
it. I like it.
That's the key word.
I wouldn't even call them Batman and Robin. That's Batman and Iron Man. Like, they just two can't even do it, man. They tough.
It's just funny looking at the West and looking at the East and looking at the dynamic of teams, because one thing I was looking at the East as well, and I'm a big Pacer guy this year. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll bring the Pacers up, but it's just a little up and down right now. So I want to see how they figure it out going to. I think they have an opportunity to get hot.
Get hot. I mean, how hot?
I'm talking about
And hot
being.
to do what?
I'm talking about conference finals
in the
hot.
hot seat.
Conference finals hot. That's what I'm talking about.
They don't
Indiana
play.
Pacers?
The
They don't
Indiana
play no
Pacers. I've been
defense.
high on them all year.
don't play
I've been high on them all year.
And that's gonna be Dallas's biggest problem too. The Mavericks'
low on
biggest
them.
problem is they don't play defense. Or they don't play enough defense. The Mavericks. Now with the additions that they made, they for sure got better on defense. But the Pacers, bro, all they want to do is run and outscore you, bro. You're not gonna be able to do that in the playoffs. You might be able to do that first round, second round. You ain't gonna be able to get
I
away
think
with
the
that.
East is just so one-sided. Like, I just think Boston is so
Yeah,
much better.
yeah,
than
that's the
everybody
juggernaut team.
else.
It's
the
so
juggernaut
top heavy, and the thing is, right now, I was
tough.
so mad at the Cavs. I was like, "Dang, I want them to trade D. Mitch." They're in the they're the second seed in the East.
I seen that yesterday. And that kinda
January,
raised
they've been
the eyebrow.
hooping. They've been hooping.
But I'm so
It was
irritated.
But it ain't
like
just
a little stretch.
it
It was
ain't
like 18-2 or something like that. They was hooping.
It ain't just them though, about them winning though. You got to think like the Knicks. They not healthy right now. Imagine if they had Julius Randle, OG, and the pieces they added at the deadline, Bojan Bogdanovic, all that. I feel like they probably make a
Competitive,
push for 2 or 3.
Boston.
The Knicks. I had at one point when OG got there, and they start going on that little streak. I had the Knicks. I think number 3 is the
That was a
third-
great
third
pickup
best,
too, by the way. The OG trade.
I was about to ask you,
third best team in the
because the day that trade went down, everybody was kind of up in the air about it, talking about what was the point of that? It was a bad trade, but really looking at the trade,
sense
how do
for
y'all
both.
feel? Yeah,
It makes sense for both.
how do y'all feel about that trade for real?
I like it better for Toronto,
Mm-hmm.
but it's good for both because you got a defender in OG for the Knicks, who he don't have to score. He can, but he don't want to. So Jalen and Julius can do what they want. And then on the Toronto side, quickly finally dog off the leash. He could hoop. RJ Barrett is at the crib, so he comfortable. Scotty Barnes, now they putting him at the 1. I think they figured out what they want to do, the direction they want to go. So I like it over there. And then New York is perfect.
I think
Got what you needed.
I think if you look back and you compare not the player but the role, I take you back with the Rockets when they had Trevor Ariza, James Harden was
that's
there.
a big thing.
And then you got OG, a guy some guys that's gonna play some defense, play 36, 40 minutes a night, and gonna knock down some open threes. I feel like that was the part that took them to another level. They needed that extra shooting and somebody that was gonna play defense like ISO defender. You know what I mean, on the wing or at the guard spot, in that Tibbs defense, that Tibbs scheme.
You said
you gotta think about Mitchell Robinson too. Mitchell Robinson is on the way back, and that's an underrated piece for them on defense too. So just imagine if they had all these pieces healthy right now. I think they would. If we was having a separate conversation about East and West, they'd be the Eastern Conference team for me, the most dangerous.
the Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks for sure.
I still wouldn't put him there because Jalen Brunson your best player. So I ain't too high on Jalen Brunson like everybody
You're not a
else.
believer?
I'm not a believer in him leading you to a conference finals or a championship. He can be best player. You can be a playoff team, a contender. But that next level, you're going to need something else. He got to show me. I ain't seen it yet. I'm just
Looking at the next level when we're talking about the East, there's two teams that I could really go hard behind and say teams have to beat these two teams. And that's Boston and Milwaukee. Okay? Both battle tested. Both in the past 5 years have been to the promised land. Now looking at the Knicks dynamic, the way the Knicks are built, okay? You said Tom Thibodeau gonna play him 36 to 40 minutes a night. He is.
For sure.
He is.
They gonna run them to the ground.
Okay, now what they never had, I feel like in the past few
if
years.
they could play 60 minutes,
he gonna play all of them.
Right.
for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I feel like they just, with RJ Barrett and quickly, they never had that one guy to really shut down any other team's score. Yeah. Getting OG Anunoby, you got that while being a good spot-up shooter, okay? And what I didn't expect is, when they got rid of Quickly, I didn't expect them to replace him with scoring like Bogdanovich, and I didn't expect them to surround him with pieces like that.
Yeah, that
now,
was off the wall.
Off the wall. Now, Mitchell Robinson, I've been starting to look in the mirror because in certain things that Isaiah Hartenstein does to stretch the floor, that sometimes Mitchell Robinson, we don't get that out of him on the offensive end.
Right.
So I feel like him going down and Julius Randle going down was really a good spot for the Knicks finding their identity.
To see what they got.
See what they really have.
Yeah. I'm with that. I think Hardenstein gives him that passing ability too. He can pass. And Dante DiVincenzo, he's been acting like Steph for the past month with his volume of threes he's been shooting. I don't even care about the ones he's been making. The volume he's been shooting has been crazy. I definitely did not expect that. Bro, last night he shot 18 threes.
I didn't expect him to have a green light like he does.
Wasn't Brunson out that night? I think Brunson was out that night.
Don't matter. 18 threes is crazy.
It's crazy.
No,
shot 21 shots.
No, for
18
sure. No, I get what you're saying.
I was like, bro. And he's been consistently doing that. It's been 12, 11, 13 threes. So that's
he
a
making
good
them
sign.
too.
That's a good sign in itself, too, that they
Cashman,
got
man.
that, too. But it's not going to last when everybody get back.
No, not at all.
That was crazy. That's just something to throw out there. I ain't know that.
Do y'all think the Bucks? I know we were talking about the defensive woes.
Toast.
I know they got a new coach.
Toast.
They still have Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Toast.
They do.
But do they have an opportunity to turn the season around, even being in the third spot in the East?
You want yours Raisin Bran, or you want it French style? Because it's toast. Getting rid of Drew Holiday, brother, I do not believe that was the answer. I understand what they added in Dame, but what they lost, I think, was way more valuable from a championship perspective. Because you know the saying goes, offense going to score points, defense win championships.
I don't think the Dame is the issue. I think it's everybody else.
I ain't saying Dame the problem.
Their role, I'm saying their role. You could have got rid of Drew, but added better role players to fit better around. They kept the same core they had when they had Drew, and that's really the problem.
Yeah.
Because you could have added better defenders. You could have added more shooting. They're just inconsistent. Pat Connaughton has been inconsistent. Jay Crowder is old and hurt. BP, we know what we're going to get out of BP. It's just, I like the Dame move, and I do think the Drew thing was a little bit much, but if they would have added more around that, it would have made it look a lot better.
So go ahead and finish your thoughts, because who they was gonna get rid of to get more pieces?
What do you mean?
Who were they going to get rid of to get
Anybody.
those missing pieces?
Anybody but 34.
But
Anybody but 34.
How
Be-
many
be
real
specific.
assets do they have? How many real assets do we have? Because they would have had to get rid of.
We talking small.
They
role
would have
players.
had to get rid of like Bobby or Brooke. Brooke was a free agent.
Chris Middleton.
I mean, I could.
He doesn't have the same value that he once had.
But
His
you
value
talking
is
about getting
done.
role.
It's
You
through.
talking about getting role
I'm
players
talking about
back.
role players. You ain't got to get no. That could have got rid of BP or Brooke or anybody. Like, I'm not talking major pieces. They
Yeah.
just need slight moves like the Mavericks made, slight moves like the Knicks move. Like, you still have Giannis. Like, he's still the best player on the planet. Like, one of the best players on the planet. Like, so you got a chance when he there, but the role players around it, I just think they drop so much so fast. And then Middleton can't stay healthy. It's just like, it's all bad. And then Doc is just,
Imagine
yeah.
OG with the Bucks right now.
It wouldn't move
With
me.
Dame.
It wouldn't move me.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Why?
I don't think that would have been the move to take them over that hump.
What about?
Yes, they would have been better. I know what you're saying. They would have been better, but it still wouldn't be. Just I think they missed their window with Chris Middleton. And I think, put it like this, my viewing of the Drew Holiday trade, I think they traded Drew Holiday because they weren't getting the same production from Chris Middleton. They needed more scoring,
Okay.
which is why they traded for Dame. The window was closed, so they needed more scoring. They got what they needed out of Drew, and it was time that window had kind of closed, which is why I wasn't mad at the Dame trade.
I get that.
It was because of Middleton.
I get that.
It's not the same guy. It's not the same
It's not.
production.
It's
It's not.
not.
So
at
you
all.
literally had to add more scoring.
He's much older and he got a lot of miles on him.
So I just looking at these other GMs, like, what were you doing at the trade deadline with all of these piss poor teams that were about to just throw assets away for a piece of a sandwich?
A lot of teams you could have called up.
son.
Called up the Spurs.
The
Maybe
Wizards.
Try to get Keldon Johnson or something. Like, you could have made some phone calls.
Hornets.
Hornets. Like, you could have made some calls. They just,
So what are we really doing?
We know the Jazz, they'll be quick to get rid of anybody.
yes.
Because they're going nowhere.
But I think that's because we got Giannis, so we
Right.
feel like we'll be okay type. But the rest of the league don't care about that no more. Like, that was cool a couple years ago. Now we got Boston. They got 4 or 5 all-stars, all-star caliber players on one team. You gotta step it up. You gotta make moves when you can. And
They not cool,
They
bro.
did slip.
That's not cool.
And then they tried to
Why?
get Doc.
Why it's not?
That's not cool.
That's
They
the-
too,
that's
they
the
too
move.
good. They too good.
Okay.
I agree. You talking about Boston?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
They
I
too
mean, the
good.
Warriors was the
Absolutely.
same way when they had KD.
It's a little different.
It's a little
though.
different,
The
bro.
Warriors was star power. This is just like perfect fit. Like, it's lesser names, but the fit is so perfect. It's just, you can't. It's crazy.
Just thinking about different impact of different players, different GMs around the league, okay? I want to know, it's been on my mind, who are your personal top 5 impactful players in the NBA? Now, I'm not expecting your list to look like mine, and I'm not expecting you all's list to look identical, okay? Because impact can be in so many different ways,
Right.
okay? But who are y'all's personal top 5 impactful players in the NBA?
I'm going to stay in Houston. Old Houston, though. The beard. I think we live in ring culture, so that's all everybody thinks about and cares about. James Harden has never missed the playoffs. Ever. Ever. Like, look it up. He's never missed the playoffs. Everywhere he's been playoffs. The Clippers started slow. Cool.
Can we stop saying slow? They started off bad. Terrible.
They bad.
Yeah, let's
They
call it for
didn't
what
start
it
at all. The car was not starting at all.
Yeah, they were trash.
They took it to the shop. They took it to the shop.
Yeah.
It's rolling now. Look like a double R.
And they doing
Going.
more than rolling.
And then when you ask everybody around what's the difference, it's hard. It's hard. All you hear is hard. There's a reason for that, right? So I feel like people, like I said, we forget the ring culture, all that. He's a winner, right? The second person, we kind of talked about him earlier, and Drew Holiday. Another person, winning follows him where he goes.
Yeah.
Defense follows him where he goes. We see when he leaves a situation, what it looks like. The Bucks One of the best defensive teams last year when they needed to be. They lose him. They look horrible.
Ooh,
They look
impact, huh?
They look horrible. There you go to Boston. They was already good, but he just makes them that much better. So I think people forget about that.
And then even on the Drew point, even when the Olympics come around too.
Yeah, they call on his name. Ready to call on Drew's name.
He came fresh off the championship flight, and they was like, "Nah, you starting? Like, come on."
It's not even box score impact. It's just intangibles and he literally can guard 1 through 5, bro.
Yeah.
He literally had a game plan where he was guarding Embiid and doing a decent job for like a guard's concern. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Third, gotta go more offensive. Gotta go Luka, bro. He controls so much. IQ so high. Even on a bad scoring night, it's not a bad night because he facilitates so well. Rebounds better than most guards. You can't duplicate that, right? Fourth, gotta go Finals MVP. Gotta go Joker. Changes everything, right? Like similar to Luka, except he does it from the post. More efficient, more effective, smarter. Got Michael Porter looking like Clay at times.
Man.
He has Jamal Murray in conversations he probably doesn't belong in. Because I feel like if Jamal Murray had anybody else next to him, we wouldn't be viewing him like that. But that two-man game that they got going, it got Jamal looking nice. Aaron Gordon was in Orlando. Same player. Not much change. Getting around Jokic, completely different player. Guarding, dunker spot, all of that good stuff. And then the fifth one, simply because of his play style, I got to say Giannis. All downhill. Makes it easier for everybody else. Great roamer. Not really on-ball defender. Not really going to give you that. But weak side can give you that. And just like I said, just his play style alone is just pressure. Like downhill all the time. Get you in foul trouble. Get shooters wide open. You can't overlook that. So that would be my 5 most impactful, if you ask me.
That's a beautiful list.
Nah, very good list. Actually, he had 2 of mine on there when I was gonna say Luka and Harden, so those don't really need much explanation. Luka is who he is for Dallas. Without Luka, there is no Dallas. Harden, I mean, we see what has happened with the Clippers since he got there, right? They start off whatever. Now they like 20-something and like whatever it was since he got there. You know, we had a whole viral clip of him where we was downplaying my guy. We was talking a whole lot of stuff. Cough, cough. Dallas announcer.
Bro, that was sick.
We ain't seen him since.
Yeah, we ain't seen him
from
since. He's been real quiet. And then this one might be a little unconventional, but I'm going to go with Victor Wembanyama in San Antonio. And I'm going to tell you why. The defense that this man plays, oh, my God, he's a stock god. Like, just roaming. Don't even have to move much, bro. He just has that 8'20" wingspan, bro. It's crazy. Like, he doesn't have to do anything. He stands put. Did y'all see that sorry layup that Monty Morris tried to do the other day on him, bro?
Snatch.
Like, why would you do that? Come on now.
I don't think he realized how close he was.
It don't matter, brother. I'm not like
he was lost.
I don't think he realized what he was doing.
That's regular basketball
He was
IQ,
lost.
dog.
He was lost. Lost in the sauce.
And then Jokic, as we said, I mean, you know, 2-time MVP. Could have been 3 in a row. Might get one this year with no Embiid. Who knows? We'll see what that holds. Finals MVP. And then, dang, I lost my train of thought on the 5th one. Bron. He's still Bron. The Lakers are, you know, in the play-in contention right now. I don't think they're a playoff team without Bron. So, I mean,
1,000%.
Yeah, so that's my list.
Only reason I ain't put Victor there is because the Spurs still suck.
The Spurs do still suck.
Yeah.
But
He is generational for sure,
But
they
they-
still suck.
they-
That's
without-
the only reason I can't.
without Vic, they get blown out on a regular basis. Like, if you go back
I
and look
agree.
at the box scores, like whether it's at home, on the road, no Victor in the game, they getting beat by 50. But Victor's presence on that basketball court is a huge
It's a thing.
difference.
It is definitely a thing.
Yeah, his impact is crazy. I can't wait because I know it's coming. I can't wait for his impact to influence winning. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, right now you're playing rookie basketball.
Gonna need talent.
Learning.
Yeah, you need more
experience.
talent. Rookies don't necessarily come in knowing how to win in the NBA, and that's not.
Right.
It's not easy to know. Okay, in any professional sport, being a rookie is not easy to learn how to win. Okay, now y'all's list. I love y'all's list. Now my list looks a little different, a little similar.
Okay. Give us the scoop, man.
This is the scoop. My 5 influential players in the NBA. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Domantas Sabonis. Okay? Now, a lot of people don't talk about Sabonis, but some of the Sacramento Kings culture, when he got there, it changed.
For sure.
Okay? That guy, Sabonis, is top 5 in rebounds and assists in the NBA, and he's playing a small ball 5. I'm going to say it again. Sabonis plays the small ball 5, and he's top 5 in rebounds and assists. And on top of that, this man has the most triple doubles in the league.
Yep.
Okay, I think that goes unnoticed sometimes, his impact on the Kings and how much he has the ball in his hands. We always talk about Fox and talking about people like Keegan Murray, Monk, you know what I'm saying? But Sabonis, he's that guy.
He makes it all go for sure.
I'm gonna add to another point. Those dribble handoffs that he be doing, where he just got the ball, bounce it on the ground, let one of his shooters, Keegan Murray and Kevin Huerter, and just set a screen. That's little stats that don't go on paper. You feel me? And they get a lot of buckets off the 2-man dribble handoff. So
Stuff like that impacts winning.
yeah,
It does.
I dig it.
My next player, okay? Now, this was actually the first player that came to my mind, and I don't even like the guy. I don't even like him, okay? But Rudy Gobert.
You crazy.
Rudy Gobert is one of the most impactful players in the NBA, okay? They allow the second most points in the paint. I mean, the second least amount of points in the paint. They have the number 1 seed, okay? He plays a huge role in that. And though he's not the block leader in the NBA, he's the favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year for how much he alters shots.
He's definitely gonna win.
Teams game plan for Rudy Gobert. At the end of the day, you don't have to like Rudy Gobert. I don't like Rudy Gobert. But you must game plan for the impact that he has in the paint.
He for sure brings a defensive dynamic. That's not question. But I think there are other players at different positions that bring more of an impact. But
100%.
to each his own.
100%.
He was on my list too. I just replaced him with Drew and just swap.
100%.
He was up there. I don't
I'm
like
telling
him
you, I don't like him.
but great defense follows him where he goes to. Because that Utah team, like individually, you look at what they had, horrible. But they were up there because of him. He goes where he goes now. They got a little bit more defenders over there, but he's still a big part of that. I do agree. It's just offensively, it's just so blah.
So iffy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
But his impact on the defensive end,
yeah.
it changes. Like
No,
they
for
have
sure, for
they're
sure.
number 1 seed for a reason, man.
I agree.
Okay. My next player I'm gonna have, okay, rising star. Close to being, in my eyes, a superstar. This year, I'm gonna say it's his breakout year. Okay? He leads the league in assists.
That's what he was.
And his name is Tyrese Halliburton. Okay? His impact on the Pacers in becoming a legitimate team and winning team with winning culture, okay, it's serious, okay? He mans them. They lead. No, they're second in pace to the Wizards now, okay? They're second in the league in pace to the Wizards. They lead the league in points per game with 124 points scored per game, okay? Dishing out 12 dimes a game is a huge reason as to why, okay? They have the best efficiency on offense in the NBA. Now, whether you think late in the season it'll catch up with them is another story. But his impact on the trajectory of the Pacers is definitely felt night in and night out when they put up crazy numbers.
For sure.
I think the most important thing about what he does is he does it with no turnovers too.
Yeah.
Low turnovers with high usage. That's very, very rare. I do give him props for that. I'm not a believer yet because I've only seen it for 2 years, but what he's doing, I got to give props. He's balling.
Yeah, the assist turnover ratio is
Yeah,
crazy.
it's
I remember when he
incredible.
had that one stretch where he had like 46 assists
It's like one
and
turnover.
like two turnovers. Or
That's
something
not
crazy like
that's
that.
not normal.
It's not. No.
Especially when you play that pace.
That pace.
Two, when you had a ball, your usage is that high.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
definitely special.
That's special. Number 2, this is one that y'all said, okay? Giannis Antetokounmpo. Okay, they've had their struggles this year. Okay, like I said, they're still third in the East. Giannis Antetokounmpo is still going to Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's third in the league in scoring. Okay, and even on nights where he scores 20, he'll have 15 assists, which is crazy. Yeah. Okay, he'll have a night where like, okay, he's not scoring this game. He'll have 18 or 20 points, then he'll pop out like 13, 14 assists, 15 boards. That impacts a game. Okay? He'll still be an occasional defender, rim protector whenever you need one. And his impact on winning is just unmatched. He's a winner. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a winner.
No argument there.
Okay, and lastly, my number one spot, Nikola Jokic. The guy averages pretty much a triple-double. Guy averages like 21, 13, and 9. Okay? His impact, I think we understand his impact. They're third in the West right now. He's a defending NBA champion, and his impact goes unnoticed because he makes everybody on the court that much more special. It was at one point I was looking at guys like Bruce Brown and Christian Braun on the court with Jokic, and I was like, maybe they're dudes. I said, maybe they're dudes.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe those guys are dudes. So that's my 5. It was different than y'all's, but I feel like we all had a little some flavor.
On the same page. And to that Bruce Brown point, went to Indiana. Ain't last too long. Now you in Toronto. They kind of don't want you either, son. Jokic, I don't know. It's tough.
What'd he say? Brucey ain't going nowhere. He said, Brucey. Tell him, Brucey.
Yeah, that's tough.
Wasn't enough pennies in the piggy bank.
Hey,
Brucey price was a little too high.
I'm
Sorry,
telling
we'll
you.
let go.
Still too high.
We'll let you walk.
I'm telling you. But that was a top 5 impactful players. Before y'all go, okay, I want y'all to give me the scoop. We post All-Star break. Give me an East and West prediction. Give me who y'all think is going to come out on top.
I went first last
It's
time.
early, bro.
Midway through the seasons. We in March at this point.
Back half.
East, if everybody healthy, I just got to say Boston. They're just, I know it's the easy pick, but they're just that much better than everybody else. And I don't really fear anybody else out there for them. The West is a lot harder. I believe in Denver. I believe in the Clippers. I believe in the Mavericks. I believe in the Lakers even. I cannot sleep on the champs, though. Because at the end of the day, they have what nobody in the West really has, which is size. Everybody got wings, they got depth, but they still got to deal with 15. And 15 has proven if you don't have size for me, I can make everything else work. So if he's still there, Jamal Murray's healthy, and everybody is rolling, Peyton Watson has been great off the bench defensively for them. I don't think they think he'd be that good.
Yeah.
Christian Brown's been cool. Like, they got enough to do what they got to do. If 15 is healthy and everybody rolling, nobody in the West really has an answer for that. So with that, I got to go Boston Celtics and Denver Nuggets finals, which would be hella entertaining.
Popcorn.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you for sure. Okay, so look, I just got the scoop, but I need you to get hyped. I'm telling you, last time I was here, I predicted who was going to win the finals.
Oh my goodness.
And who was going to be in the finals.
Say it again.
And I'm telling you, it's going to be the Boston Celtics versus the Los Angeles Clippers. And the Clippers are going to win the whole thing. And I'm going to say, don't sleep on them boys in the Bay. Once again, you can never sleep on them boys.
No, I do.
You said what?
I want to see James get a ring. Hard. I'm cool with that.
Him and P.
Yeah.
And Russ.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Yeah, they got a lot of boys that need.
Yeah.
that need some.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just say this: this Denver team that we see this year is different from the one we see last year. The one last year was a lot more dominant, I think. And although we just talked about Bruce Brown, and is he just a dude? I don't think we can deny his.
But he meant a lot to that
his
team.
presence
He did.
defensively.
He did.
You know what I mean? He was getting guys like D'Lo off the court type stuff. It's like we could game plan. Okay, you go guard D'Lo, and then we need you. Like you attack him. You feel me? Even you can get a turn. You can get a turn. You can get a turn, and you can get a turn. So I just think that they missing that, and they never really got that replacement for that guy to where they can be as dominant as they were last year. And I know the Clippers are on a little losing skid and whatnot, and they trying to get PG healthy and they want to stay healthy. But I think by the time we roll around to the playoffs, as long as the beard don't really get hurt, we know that. He's had a couple moments. Russ, for the most part, these past few years been healthy. It come down to 13, and it come down to Kawhi. It come down to number 2 to do. So if them boys can stay healthy, I can see them making a run competing with Boston. But Boston is dominant. You can't deny them. They on a mission. That's a juggernaut. So
this is the Scoop with Coop. So I gotta give you the scoop. Okay? Now, it's early. Injuries can change these picks along the way. Okay? But the one thing I won't deny is in the East, there's one team that's legitimately better than everyone. Okay? So in the East, I was liking Philly for a part of the season, believe it or not. Okay, but we know that situation. Don't know what the situation will look like in a month or two from all the noise I'm hearing. So in the East, I got the Boston Celtics for sure. It's like a big gap right now.
Big gap.
Right now, it's like a big gap. Right now, the performance, it's a big gap.
I don't think it's getting closed.
It can't close. If somebody
A little
heat
bit.
up, if New York heat up,
It's only one person that could close it. That's 21 in Philly. You're the only one.
yeah. That's where I was at with it.
That's the only one.
That's where I was at.
One.
Okay. I'm taking Boston in the East. And let me tell y'all what came to my heart the other night. Okay. I'm not picking them to come out the West. Okay. Especially with the recent news I just heard within the past 1 or 2 days. But it woke me up out my sleep to even think that Golden State could even have an opportunity. But in my head, those guys, I'm still respecting what they have over there, especially on the stretch they're on.
Got to.
It's very scary what I'm seeing right now. And certain things about dynasties and championship teams, it's certain things in their DNA, and it bothers me. And having Clay come off the bench and having this whole little story, it's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
And then you got to think about this too. Not only all of what you said, but they're gonna get one of these young teams in the first round if they can make it. They're gonna get one of these inexperienced teams, OKC or Minnesota. Yeah. So guys that ain't made it out the first round.
They gonna small ball Minnesota. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just
we're gonna see what Rudy
me.
about.
Okay, they scare me. But okay, I'm not taking them right now. I said it earlier. Okay, so right now I'm taking Boston versus I gotta take Denver, man. Just as far as health goes and everything with them, nobody in the West can check Jokic. I think we saw that with our only hope being Anthony Davis, and we saw him pretty much get dog walked. Okay, so right now I'm taking Boston and I'm taking Denver. And just the rate we're going right now, I got Porzingis and them over there. I got them Tatum boys and Jaylen Brown. I got them winning the chip right now. Okay? But this is the Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop. And we were back with Midnight Hype, baby.
Hey.
But that's all we got for today. We'll be back next week with another flavor.
This is Scoop with Coop.
They're not moving me.
This is Scoop with Coop. This is Scoop with Coop. Ooh. This is Scoop with Coop. This is Scoop with Coop. Yeah. This is Scoop with Coop. This is Scoop with Coop. Ooh. Back and I'm better than ever. Back and I'm better than ever. Yeah.
They're not moving me. They're not moving me.
No. It's about to get real juicy.